Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Hold up. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Oh, we're cooking. Oh, wow. We're really cooking out here, man. We're eating. Kane's coming, bruh. Kane's coming. All right, boys, girls, pay attention. Hit the like button, first of all. Pay your taxes off the gates, off rip. Bayern and Tottenham are officially talking in meetings. I mean, Bild reported it first a few hours ago, 2 hours ago. But then I was like, Bild? I don't know about Bild, man. These are the guys that said Bayern Munich weren't impressed by Alphonso Davies in training. And then Davies became the player he became. Yeah, so Bild are just stupid. They're really stupid. But Fabrizio Romano, mate, I do my job. I work 18 hours a day. I don't sleep. And you call me a fraud. Apologize to me now. Yo, you guys see that? Fabrizio was going in on this fat British dude with no good teeth because he needs a dentist. The British fool Krug needs a dentist. Right, Fabrizio went in. And yeah, man, Fabrizio said it. Bayern and Kane are officially talking. Isn't that a crazy change from the headlines from the British media a few days ago? And this is another example of what I mean when I say negotiation is all about optics. If Spurs weren't interested, if Spurs didn't believe Kane was going to leave them, they would just keep the distance. Like they know deep down, Harry Kane wants to leave. Bayern is his destination. He just rejected PSG, and Bayern's the guy to talk to. You have to talk to Bayern. It's like trying to get a girl in a relationship. You got to negotiate with her boyfriend. You got to start talking terms, and you got to start signing papers. That's really what has to happen, chat. So Spurs understand the girl wants to leave. She has her new destination in mind, and it's all about releasing her. You have to terminate the contract. Well, I mean, in this case, you're paying the transfer fee and signing her. But you get my point, right? You got to negotiate with the club she has chosen. And Kane has chosen Bayern Munich, not Paris Saint-Germain, not Manchester United, not Real Madrid, not Barcelona, no other club other than Bayern. And that's amazing. And I'm hoping the reason Bayern and Spurs are comfortable setting up meetings like this is because Kane told Daniel Levy, I'm trying to leave, Lex Luthor. I can't stay here forever. I need to go. I need to go win some trophies. My cabinet is empty like a virgin's body count. We need some numbers in here, man. We need some trophies, some Champions Leagues. Bro, you know what's crazy? The only trophy Spurs have won was against Bayern Munich, the Audi Cup. We really did not care about that trophy. And you know what's crazy? That very same season, we cooked them 7-2 in their own stadium. And then it ended up being like, what was the scoreline? It was like 10-3 on aggregate, right? Because we scored, no, it was 10-2. I don't know, 10-3, maybe. And then we won the Champions League that year. Like, football works so weird, man. But hey, congratulations to Spurs. We handed you a trophy. The least you could do to repay us for that generous offering is to give us Harry Kane. Harry, are you going to Bayern Munich? Yeah, man. Give us Kane. Now, let's read the story. And look, it doesn't mean just because we're meeting and talking to Spurs now that this deal is 100% happening. But I am happy. Make sure you hit the like. Yeah. Boys, pay the taxes, man. Hit the likes. And let me know your thoughts. Ones, if we're getting Kane. Twos, if it's 9. Yo, chat, imagine, if you're in Germany and, like, you fall in love with a German girl and you get married, and then of course that's when you're allowed to have intercourse because wait till marriage. So you get married to her, and she's screaming her age while you're having this said intercourse. She's like 9, 9, 9, 9. Like, chat, how would you feel? Like, would that throw you off or not? If I heard the 9, I'd probably keep going. All right, anyways, because that's what I like. No, so Bayern and Tottenham had an official meeting in London today over Harry Kane. So this is an in-person meeting, no Zoom, all right, no COVID, just in person, no social distancing. A high-ranking delegation from Bayern sat at the negotiation table with Daniel Levy. All right, the fans are fumbling the bag. You know these guys that be tracking the planes? Like, oh, this plane left the Bayern Munich board airport. Because I think the club has an airport they usually travel from. And then they know the jet that the club members get on. The board members, they have their own private jet. They're not getting on economy. You think Karl-Heinz Rummenigge is getting on economy? Hell no. That's a Ballon d'Or winner right there. Come on. That man's getting on a private jet. And so why are the plane trackers not? Why do they only get it wrong but never right? Oh, this plane just took off from here to here. It's going. Oh, this player is coming to this club. But it's never like, they track a plane like this. We have to find out through a build story and Fabrizio Romano confirming it. Why? Why can't you boys do your job correctly? So, yeah, anyways, it was a high-ranking delegation from Bayern. I'm guessing a big scout. And I wouldn't be surprised if Karl-Heinz was in there because he is a good negotiator. There's been no breakthrough. So they sat down with Daniel Levy. I would have thought maybe if Levy really truly didn't care about Bayern's approach, just kind of be like, I don't care. But he was there, meaning he knows what's up, and he's trying to get as much money as he can if Kane's leaving Spurs. And I think that's the honest truth. There's been no breakthrough yet, but Bayern remain optimistic a deal would happen this summer. Optimistic. I don't like that word. All right. Both sides remained in contact after Bayern's last offer was rejected. Tottenham would only start considering offers from 100 million. And this better be talking about euros. And I'm not trying to pay 120 million euros for Kane. Should be 100 million on the dot. Our highest transfer in our history, period. See, why I think a lot of people just look at this Kane thing and go, oh, that's so expensive, is because we were spoiled. We were spoiled, chat. We had Lewandowski for free, and he just stayed here. And before him, we had top-level strikers. Mario Gomez was cooking. Wait, oh, shoot. Both their names are Mario. I was like, am I confusing Mario Mandzukic with Mario Gomez? But they're both named Mario, so it's crazy. So, and Mandzukic and Gomez. Yeah, we had those strikers. We were cooking. But yeah, so life was easy for us. A lot of clubs had to cry. Man United were crying every day, every season, every transfer window. We need a striker. We need a real striker. We need a goal scorer. And we're sitting here with Lewandowski, and before him we had bowlers. We never really had to look for a striker. And now we're understanding just how important that position always was and how privileged we were to get Lewandowski for free and keep him for so long. We kept him until he was 33/34. That's a beautiful time with a striker. The man came in 2014 and didn't leave us until 2022. That is 7 years. Wait, is it 8? That's 8 years, chat. I mean, 7, in football years. But that's a long time. Winning a lot of trophies. That's 7 years where we didn't have to think, oh, we need a striker. And this guy was always fit. Chat, we have to start appreciating Lewandowski, man. We got to start really appreciating what he gave us. Okay, I'm seeing ones. Okay, so ones, if we get Kane, if you think we do it. 2s if you think we don't. And I saw 2 people respond. Nah, you guys are getting Like, what's going on? Like, come on. I gotta insult you.
You're fucking poor.
Yeah, you guys are poor, man. Like, how could you not respond to a simple poll? Like, damn, am I really not that important? All right, I'm seeing twos. See, I said one if it's happening, two if it's not, and this man typed out his entire feeling. One. So you got some people in here that are doubting the thing. Two, hope one. Wait, okay. Yo, you guys aren't completely sold that we're getting Kane. And that's good. That's reasonable. Because if you all just said, "Oh, we're getting him, nothing's gonna stop us from getting him," it'd be crazy if you believed that. Considering Bayern have fumbled transfers before, this would not be our first rodeo when it comes to messing up with transfers. I mean, we were supposed to get Neymar for Pep. We didn't. Man, I think we made a few mistakes when Pep was here. Pep really wanted some ballers. Pep wanted Neymar. He wanted De Bruyne. Bruh, if we got all these guys, I think Pep would still be here. I think the reason Pep left Bayern was they told them, "You're going to come here. We're going to give you all the money in the world. We're going to build the team that you want. If a player falls out with you, we're never going to choose the player over you. We're just going to..." City does what every club should do to a manager they trust. They fully back Pep. If Pep says, "I don't want De Bruyne here anymore," they're selling him the next day. If Pep goes, "Haaland's not the guy for me," he's getting sold. So I got to respect, Pep's strategy or City's strategy with Pep. But I think I don't trust Tuchel to be that guy, right? I think Hansi Flick could have been our Pep, but Flick's player profile was poor. This man wanted us to sign some real bums, man. It was a disgrace. Flick wanted us to pull up to games with Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. Poor. I mean, to be fair, there was a summer where Kai Havertz was cooking. Was he not? Like, he was actually cooking for us. But yeah, no, seriously, chat. I want a manager that gets back to love. And if that's Tuchel, but here's the thing: like, we should be buying players going, all right, can this player work for any other manager, or is he stuck with Tuchel? You look at Leipzig and chat; they're buying even more players. Jeez, man, they just signed Badashile, some 18-year-old, 17-year-old, 6'5" center back from Congo. I mean, France, whatever, same thing. Yo, France, man. I be watching the France under 21s, under 17s. Yo, are there white people in France, dog? The whole country. Chat. It's crazy, huh? Like, France. What happened? Bro, I don't want to sound insensitive, but isn't France like majority white? So how did they get all these African brothers, man? And look, I have no problem with it. France brought it on themselves when they colonized all these countries. But damn, like, at least England, you get a Declan Rice, a Harry Kane, Mason Mount. You get these British guys. But, like, yo, what the hell is going on with France? Every French talent, that's Congo. Ooh, the Central African Republic. Yeah, okay, Cameroon. And then English ones are Nigeria, because whichever country you colonize, you're gonna get immigrants from that country. But damn, man, France, like, y'all got extra. It's crazy. Oh, I just didn't see that one coming, man. Legitimately, like, every French player I saw on their under 18s, I swear was like a kid from Africa, man. That's crazy. Anyways, chat. And yeah, I mean, I guess talent is the most important thing. So if those native French players, like, their ethnicity was French, if they were good, then yeah, they'd be playing too, right? But yeah, it is kind of interesting. Hit the like button, chat. We at 10.4K subscribers. I forgot to mention that to you boys. I appreciate that. We're on our way to 10.5. I want to hit that before the season starts. Yeah, if we can do that, then that's a huge W right there. How legit is the build source? Well, it wouldn't be legit, but the fact that Fabrizio Romano confirmed it kind of tells me there's something going on, right? There was a very important contact between Bayern and Tottenham today. So that's Fabrizio Romano confirming that. I don't really trust Bild. Those guys are incredibly inaccurate. But if Fabrizio says yes, even a broken clock is correct. Sometimes. Christian Pulisic has a bot on chess.com. What the heck? Yo, I should cook him. I would cook him, man. Yo, I'm becoming a chess international master, chat. I'm really becoming a genius. Kicker Bild is way more reliable than kicker. Because kicker just be they don't even put out news, chat. These guys put out stories. That's the difference. So yeah, I prefer Bild over kicker. Kicker just says stuff. Like they'll just say a story and hope it's true at some point, which is a disingenuous way of doing journalism, especially in football. You have to have a little bit of accuracy. Like that one Italian, was it Italian or French? This journalist, Santi FM on Twitter, kept saying Bayern wanted Kep from Thuram. And when I made the video on Kep from Thuram, I said, nah, Bayern don't want that guy. Because I can judge. We're literally sitting here going, we need to see Gravenberch play more. The club agrees with that. Gravenberch wants it. And Gravenberch says he'll leave if that doesn't look like it's going to happen. And you're going to tell me the club's going to buy a player that plays exactly like him? That's just not exactly like him, but you get it. It's the same position. Why would a journalist just put that story out there? At least make a story make sense. Like, it makes sense to me that we want Kane and there's a meeting. But if a random story just comes out and says, Bayern on the verge of signing this player that no one cares about or has been talking about as it relates to Bayern, it's going to happen, done deal. And then it doesn't happen, and then you bring up some bull crap excuse like, oh, Bayern, the money was too much. Like, we were never in for him, and you're trying to save face. Journalism should be way more scrutinized than it is, especially in the footballing world. That's why I respect Fabrizio. Everyone says he's a tap-in merchant, but tap-in merchants score goals. You could have a Timo Werner journalist or a Cristiano Ronaldo in his prime at Madrid scoring tap-ins. I'd rather have tap-ins scored than missing freaking open nets. Do you understand? At least Fabrizio, he can kind of get involved in the build-up play from time to time, right? He drop deep, and put a story out that no one really saw coming. That's probably going to be true. And then, and next thing you know, from dropping deep, he gets an assist. And the story turns out to be true or partially true. And his credibility gets built up. Yeah, so at least we know Fabrizio is capable of dropping deep. But these journalists that be dropping to their own goal to get the ball from the goalkeeper and just making up stories, bruh, they gonna get dispossessed in the midfield. Like, that's really how I see it, man. They gonna get dispossessed. Their team's gonna lose the ball, and they might concede in their own net and ruin their reputation. And now no team wants to play them. They're stuck on the bench. No one's reading their stories. So I prefer journalists like Fabrizio, because when Fabrizio says something, you kind of just assume it's true. Like, when Fabrizio tells me, Bayern are going to buy freaking Mason Mount, I'm going to believe him. But when Bill just comes out with a story, Bayern looking at Mason Mount, too cool, I just go, nah. So I prefer the tap-in merchantness, if that's what you're calling it, from Fabrizio, man. Oh, looks like Aston Villa want Moussa Diaby. Diaby's one of those players, just kind of average. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Official confirmed. Angelino has joined Galatasaray. Bruh, I feel bad for Angelino. This guy was one of Leipzig's better players under Tedesco. And then Marco Rosa comes in and just says, nah, I don't like you. See, that's a manager that has an idea of his player profile. And it's because Angelino was like a Bruno Fernandes at left back. This guy is careless in possession. That's why Pep didn't want him. Meaning he just be trying things, man. Like everyone just sees when it works, but you watch a Leipzig game and that man loses the ball like 50 times to get one good crossing. It's annoying. So I think that's why that happened. But yeah, man. He probably belongs in Turkey, to be honest. He might as well, do some surgeries. You know what I'm saying? Get that upstairs fixed, if you know what I'm saying. Plaster some hair. I don't know. Glue some hair on him. We sell in Gravenberg. When did we start selling Gravenberg? See, y'all just became one of them journalists I was talking about, man. My man just said we're selling Gravenberg. No, we're not. See, here's the thing. Like, we need midfielders. And when I say that, I mean we need a DM. And boys, one of you put his name in the chat. I got to bless you up for that because I've been obsessed with this guy. This kid at Salzburg, man. He's the next Casemiro. I'm convinced. His name is Lucas Gonador or Gonadua. I don't know. Freaking crazy names. We just call him LGD. LGD TV, man, plus queer and train. Yeah, hey, he's that guy. I watched him play, and he's built like Casemiro. He's a mobile version of Casemiro with better on-the-ball ability. That's how I would describe Lucas Gonador, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the kind of player that I wouldn't mind us signing next season. Or, bro, we cannot miss out on another DM. We have the next DM that pulls up on the market. We got to go in for him. If it's 80 mil, we have to, because I think if you have a really exceptional, like, world-class DM and a great striker, like, you can kind of have an average center back look really good as long as the person in front of them is like protecting the back line, because that's a DM's job. Defensive midfielder, their job is to cover midfield spaces to ensure that center backs aren't just coming out of position. One of the biggest problems we had or still have is Upamecano just runs out trying to win the ball. That should be your DM. Your DM should be following those kind of runners. Or if Upa does that run and runs out, your DM kind of fills in at center back. Javi Martinez used to do it so well, where he would just kind of, drop in and fill in at center back if our center back carried the ball forward or tried to win the ball back. You want that power, man. So, yeah, going to do it again, man. Yeah, I'm just waiting for George's annual player hate and eventually steps up. Like, come on, Pavard. Pavard! Mother Zucker! Mother Mark Zuckerberg. When are you leaving my club? Benjamin Pavard won't sign a new contract, right? Because he doesn't want to stay. He wants to be a main center back. And the fact that we're signing Kim Min-jae to replace Lucas Hernandez is kind of a message to Pavard that even though you play center back, we still need to sign a world-class center back because you're not good. So Pavard's role is to, his agency is supposed to find him a team. Find him a team that will play him in his preferred role. Center back, right center back, or right center back of a back three. That's what he wants. But no one wants him. See, chat, like, if Kimmich suddenly decided, I feel like I just want to be a right back again. And he said he wanted to leave Bayern and he wouldn't stop until he left to go play in his favorite right back position, because maybe Bayern just decided we don't want to play Kimmich a right back. I'm spitting out my mouth because I'm getting passionate here. Do you think every club in the world wouldn't be trying to get Kimmich? Like, Kimmich's on the market and he wants to join a team that's willing to do this. Of course. If Kimmich decided, I'm an attacking midfielder, I just want to play, I always wanted to do that. Every club would want him. If Kimmich decided, I want to be like a modern day sweeper, center, kind of like a midfield center back hybrid. I want to drop deep, and every club would want him because he's a bowler. You buy him and then figure it out later. If Neymar said, I'm trying to leave PSG. If Mbappe said, I love playing as an attacker, but I kind of want to try out this right back business, every club would be like, yo, Mbappe at right back? They'd forget he can't play there and try to get him. But Benjamin Pavard goes, I was a right back, and my best attributes are my defensive accolades. And then I moved to right center back because some injuries happened at Bayern. And now I want to play right center back forever. And no one wants him. No one wants him. But Pavard's mind, this man's head, this is what I talk about. It's inflated like money these days, dog. His ability level in his head is like Picasso. He don't realize he's just some post on Pinterest. Bro, he thinks he's Leonardo da Vinci. My dog, you're like a chat GPT generated image. Chill out. You're AI, bruh. You are not authentic. Pavard thinks he's that guy. He thinks he's Goku. Nah, my dog, you're Hawkeye. You're not Hulk. You're not the big Hulk man. You're not Tony Stark. You're not Captain America. You're Black Widow. Like, aliens be coming to invade the Earth. What, you gonna be shooting arrows and doing flips? You're not the main character. You are a side man, like KSI. You're Vic Star in the group. You play Minecraft. That's who Pavard believes he is. He's that top guy, except no one wants him. So find yourself a club. Get my club to get paid for once. 30 million. I don't care. I thought this great season he had, every club would want him. Clubs like AC Milan would want him. Nah. AC Milan would rather sign a dude that calls it soccer, Christian Pulisic, than go for Pavard. Like Benjamin Pavard, They'd rather sign Pulisic because scouts look at Pavard and think, damn, this guy's not really exceptional at anything. He's average. Whatever. Yeah, Pavard did block me, yeah. My old Twitter account. You want another young, highly sought-after center back? Proper DM? Alan Varela. Don't get me gassed up, because I'm going to start watching highlights endlessly. Oh, he's 22 years old. Oh, no, you already gave me this one. Chat, I'm going to make a video. I don't know if I'm doing it 100%, but I was writing down my list. So the video title is The Midfielder Bayern Munich Have to Sign, or Has to Sign. And I have two names so far. You guys are probably going to know, what those names are based off context clues. We're talking DMs here. Because we did fail to get Declan Rice, don't get it twisted. Bayern wanted Declan Rice to be a DM, and we didn't get him. So, we got it. Just because we're looking for Kane doesn't mean we just forgot we need a DM. I think the club's constantly looking for opportunities on the market, seeing what's out there, and they're going to try to execute. And if we can't sign someone that's world-class and young or close to world-class and can just come in and improve our team, then I think the club is going to try to do something by getting a stopgap like a Paulinho from Fulham. I think that would be smart. Get that tall, lanky man in, get that Portuguese sauce, and I think it might work out. So, yeah, I have some names that I'm going to – I want 4 names, so I might put Alan Varela in there. Because I got to build the prop. This club is not going to listen until we start making videos about it. Yeah, you guys already knew. You know the names I have on there probably. Who hurt me? No one hurt me. I agree we need a proper DM because, in my opinion, Kimmich needs proper midfield support. And not just support. Kimmich needs freedom. This man's locked up, man, like Nelson Mandela. He's a martyr, man. he's just in prison like R. Kelly, free my man. He did nothing wrong. All he did was tickle little kids' booties. I'm capping. Obviously, R. Kelly's a freaking criminal and deserves to be in prison in the deepest dungeon possible. But all right, and Michael Jackson too. Some of y'all be like, "Oh, but good music." Nah, good music. Like, nah, he was taking kids to that resort. Like, he wasn't bringing them there to freaking build and assemble Legos. Michael Jackson was doing outrageousness in the background. All I'm saying is stop believing Michael's a saint. So, right. Anyways, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by some of you in the chat, Kimmich needs freedom. And I think the best way to get him that freedom is to get a DM, you know, a Casemiro type, to give Kimmich the ability to kind of just have less responsibility. Because this kid is covering grass like damn, bro. He's everywhere, really, like freaking COVID a few years ago when everyone was getting that. So, yeah, I don't know. I think when Kimmich has a DM, he'll play better. David Ornstein had a quote. Ornstein, I think it's more likely Kane stays because Tottenham, they don't want him to go. And if he does, it'll be a very high asking price. This screams, Daniel Levy called me and told me to say this as an exclusive. Spurs' official position is they do not want to sell. However, that doesn't mean the move will not materialize later down the line, as Daniel Levy does not want to lose Kane for free. There we go. Ideally, they would want him to sign a new contract, which they are prepared to go all out for. If Kane stays at Spurs for money and not come to Bayern for money and trophies, then what kind of man is he? Like, look, I think Spurs think they have leverage with Kane can break Alan Shearer's goal scoring record. If he just scores 40 more goals, it's happening. I think they think that's leverage for them, but I want them to understand something. If you're Kane, aren't you bored of just 10 years at this club and not a single... Bruh, you wasted your career, basically. I mean, you scored goals, but it ain't like you scored goals for Man City, goals to win trophies. Aguero! Like, no one has that. Harry Kane! Like, bro, there is no moment like that for Kane. The closest Spurs have come to real glory was in their Champions League run in 2019, where they, kind of fluked the win against Ajax. It really should have been Ajax in that final, but, it is football, and Spurs won the game. You can't take that away from them. But they didn't win. That's the thing. They didn't win. They didn't even look like they were supposed to be there. They didn't belong there, like a freaking black dude in Sweden. I took that one from Family Guy. You don't belong. So I'm just being honest here. Harry Kane and Spurs have really done nothing together that the world will remember. Trust me, no one would have remembered Pele if all he did was score a bunch of goals. Everyone remembers Pele because my man won 2 to 3 World Cups. Was it 2 or 3? Everyone just rates him because of that and puts him in these GOAT debates, when really my man was scoring goals in Sunday leagues and scoring goals school play yards. And he just added it to his official tally, man. So I'm just being completely real. No one's going to remember Kane's goal against Aston Villa that took Spurs to the top 4 and got him Champions League football. No one remembers that. No one cares about that. Everyone cares about glory, winning. And you know who writes history? The winners. Everyone hates Man City now, but in 20 years, what's happening now will be considered their history. Everyone's just kind of going to move on from the fact that this is an oil club, and they're just going to recognize City as one of the biggest teams in the world if they're still doing what they're doing now in 10, 20 years. Because that's how it works. That's how football works. People will forget great performance, bro. Great goals. The only thing you're going to have is a goal record. Is that for real? You're going to have a goal record? What does that do for you? They're going to be like, oh, wow, all those goals you scored, how many PLs did you win? But if you come to Bayern for 3 seasons, you're almost guaranteed to win the Champions League. Because, I mean, you come here and elevate us. You make our club better because we need a striker. You partner with some of the best players in the world, Kimmich, Musiala. Just think about that. You know, you have an amazing back line. You compete with World Cup winners. You're going to be in the Champions League group stages guaranteed. You're not fighting for top 4. You're going to win the Bundesliga and the Cup. You're going to end your career with a Champions League or 2. Maybe, because Messi and Ronaldo are basically out of the picture, if you do so well at Bayern, you might mess around and be considered for a Ballon d'Or. Because Bayern are infinitely bigger than Spurs, and our successful season is way different from Spurs. Spurs' successful season is, we got into the Champions League, or we avoided the Europa League. That's their success. Our successful season is we won everything. Because even when we win the league, if we don't do it with style, everyone's just pissed. Look how pissed we are. No one's happy with last season, even though we won. Spurs fans would do anything to win one trophy and play like we did, just crappy. But there's standards. So if Kane is willing to stay at Spurs for money and win no trophies, because we all know damn well Spurs fans are going to get gassed up again, thinking we can do something next season. We can win some trophies. They're going to pull up to every stadium. Maybe they're going to win some games and cup matches. But when City play them, they're going to cook you. When Man United play you, they're going to cook you. Because you have zero cojones. Your team will capitulate. You will bottle it because it's in the history of the Tottenham. It is in the history of the Tottenham. That's the truth. If a Spurs fan comes in here and goes, no, really, you're wrong. We are that club that can win trophies. Okay, then prove it. Win trophies. You won't, because you're not that club that wins trophies. You're that club that bottles things. And you guys got worse. At least with Pochettino, I, as a neutral, saw something happening. If Kane stayed at that time, I got it. I understood why he stayed there in that time period. Because Pochettino was really cooking. You had some good players. Your midfield was stable. You were literally in a running for a league title at some point. But we ain't in 2017, 2018, 2019 anymore. At the height of that Poch era. Nah. We are in 2023, and you guys are still trophyless. Like, it's not like, they won one 3 years ago and it's just a drought. Nah, y'all brothers are going to die of frickin' starvation and thirst. You ain't eating nothing. There's no medals anywhere. If an American war veteran walked into the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, that man would literally have more medals on him than Spurs, than any player in your history, like recently, combined. He would have a freaking war medal for valor and honor. He would have all these things, boom, 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 for doing the Vietnam business. But nah, Spurs, y'all lose more wars than what's a country that just be losing wars? I don't know. You just lose wars. I think Spurs for me is like the New Zealand of football. Chat, I'm sure New Zealand is a nice country. But if the United States suddenly decided, we're going to invade New Zealand, we finish the job in 30 seconds. We get it done. Boom, we got New Zealand. Oops, right? We just conquered them. Now we got a territory with funny accents. If Germany decided we're invading New Zealand, same thing. If Australia said we're invading New Zealand, same thing. Right? Although New Zealand is a nice country, No one's going to argue they can compete with global superpowers. And that's what Spurs is. You're not even like, China. You're just New Zealand, dog. You get conquered. You're just supposed to bend over and let it happen. You're in prison and there's a bunch of BBCs around you. And I'm not talking the British Broadcasting News Network. Nah, I'm talking about, freaking Tyrone and Jerome and Babatunde from the Republic of Congo. That's what I'm talking about. Spurs are the New Zealand of football. And no disrespect to all the New Zealand, these people out there. You can't take too much offense because, you know I'm right. Whatever. Hit the like button if you haven't. Audi Cars declares the cups. Yeah, they won the Audi Cup, and Bayern let them win that. It was in our stadium, man. We were like, we feel bad, we win already. Like, literally, Kane's first game at Bayern, like his first professional game, if he joined us before August, is going to be a trophy. Like, it's going to be a Super Cup against Leipzig. Now, it's a preseason trophy, but that's the level. There's levels to this football thing. There are levels to this. You guys are bottom floor. Nah, you're the basement. We the main story, bruh. So, look. Harry Kane, get over here, Start telling Daniel Levy, you got to go. Lex Luthor needs to free you from your captivity. You're like the Israelites in Egypt. You need to be let go. Let my peoples go, man. Let my bowler come here. Let Kane come in here and cook. And, look, there is a chance Kane stays at Spurs. And, if he's that full of a lack of ambition, then yeah, sure, you could stay there and do absolutely nothing and score 30 goals again that mean nothing and then beat or break Alan Shearer's record. And guess what? Some other kid that looks like Haaland's going to frickin' spend 10 seasons breaking it. Records don't mean anything, but trophies stay forever. Glory stays. You win a war, it stays on your record forever. You won. You won this war. But, you scored goals and someone else came. You don't think there's a kid out there that's built like frickin' Kane, that's fast, that's going to play for... Look, Haaland could do it. Haaland could say, I kind of enjoyed breaking the season record for most goals in Prem history. I'm just going to stay at City for, 8 years, and I'm going to frickin' break these... Haaland could break your record. Why do you care so much about that record? Because that's the only thing I can see him staying at Spurs for. I want to break the record. Yeah, man, that's why. That's the only justification, whatever. What is the point of signing Leimer? There isn't really one. German army is trash at the moment. All right, even if your army was like trash, wouldn't y'all believe in yourselves to beat like New Zealand, chat? I get it. Like, you guys maybe just aren't gonna cook like that, but come on, believe in yourselves. Oh wow, Andre Onana is really going to Man United. Oh my gosh, Fabinho's about to go to Al Ittihad, bruh. Mane, you need to pack your bags, bruh. Go meet your brothers, Firmino and Fabinho. Maninho, you need to pack your bags, bruh, because if you're staying in my club, I'll have no choice but to get on a plane, come over to Senegal in your village, and fill your frickin' humanitarian wells with mud. I'm going to fill your water wells with mud if you're not careful with me. Keep playing. Because you're getting all these offers, and you ain't trying to get the bag in the Saudis. Come on. I'm disappointed. Disappointed, man. Moliero is Spanish Musiala. I like what I saw Moliero do. Moliero. Yeah, someone put him in the chat. He is like a Pedri regen. I wouldn't say Musiala. I think Musiala is. I know some people are gonna hate it, and Musiala is less flirtful than Neymar, but I'd compare Musiala to Neymar because I like their play style is just it's like inventive, it's attacking. Yeah, that's what I'd be looking at like to compare. But like some of y'all just be comparing these. You're doing something else. You're not comparing players correctly. What the heck? Come on. I just saw a Kane update that I wanted to read, and it just popped away from my timeline. Oh, it was just the same thing. Yeah, that Bayern had the meeting today with Daniel Levy to negotiate for Kane. Well, I think Bayern would have extracted something from Daniel Levy. Because as much as Daniel Levy is known as this ruthless businessman, and look, he's hard to do business with, but sometimes those people are the most genuine. Because he's going to tell you what you don't want to hear, which is also the truth. He's not going to lie and be like, he's going to be like, hey, you have this much money, I'll take it. But in that process, he's going to allow you to at least, he knows Bayern can't or will not. I mean, we could probably afford to pay crazy amounts for Kane. I mean, we can. True. We know how much value Kane brings to our team. And Spurs understand that as well. But they also know they have to be reasonable. Because if Spurs now, see, what goes around comes around. You notice how Bayern are selling players, and it's like, oh, this player that we spent this much money on, 45 million for Lucas Hernandez. We didn't really make it hard for PSG. We gave them a price, and they paid it. All right, and the price was reasonable. I think what Bayern is doing is building future opportunities, right, by doing this. Daniel Levy is playing a dangerous game because, I mean, Spurs could do it because they were Spurs and they could convince people. But now that you have clubs like Brighton competing on that same level as Spurs, and you have clubs like Chelsea and Arsenal, Newcastle, these new clubs that are just like really like probably winning way more than Spurs, clubs are going to start charging Spurs because players are going to have options. I mean, Spurs' business model was taking players from other countries, young, and players with potential, paying cheap money like Heung-min Son, and using good managers and good club structure to mold them into ballers. Great facilities, great stadium. Yeah, like Daniel Levy truly built that club to what it is. He has been there since 2001. That man is responsible for the success Tottenham Hotspurs has. But he should not be naive to think he's like look at what's happening with Leipzig. And I don't know if any of you understand what's happening. Because I'm a genius, I do. Oh, hold on. Update from CF Bayern from Toby Altobelli says Bayern bosses left today's meeting with Daniel Levy with a very good feeling. The feeling is that they're on a very good way. CEO Jan Christian Drezen and technical director Marco Nepp are leading the talks. Rummenigge acting in the background. Okay. I mean, I was hoping they'd walk away with a deal done, but whatever. I guess walking away with a good feeling isn't terrible. But all right, what I was saying is, I don't know if anyone's noticing, but RB Leipzig are paying an insane amount of money for players. Openda is a player they would have bought for 8 million or 10 million, 15 million. Now they're spending 38 million. Right? They are. Batishile is a player they would have spent 8 million on. Like they bought Simicon. 8 million to Strasbourg. And it would have worked last season even, right? But now that RB Leipzig is now this club that's considered to be a club that's winning trophies. Do you guys see what's going on here? Right? these players that would have cost them way less money are now a lot more because clubs are seeing, yo, you bought this player, Vardio, for only this much money and you're about to sell him for this much. Well, if you're going to profit, I might as well get a little something out of this because you're clearly good at turning these players into world-class players. See, it's all business. Everyone now understands if a player goes to Leipzig, there's a pretty good chance they end up being ballers and become incredibly successful. Leipzig paid 18 million for Vardio. 18 million euros straight when his market value at the time was 19 million. Now clubs went above market value. But now he's worth like 100 million euros and Man City are about to pay that? So what are other clubs going to do when Leipzig comes around? Hey, you got the money, you sold in. They're going to start going, we got to take a little bit of money out of you. So Spurs, be careful. Because Levy is this incredibly stingy guy, but when you lose Heung-min Son, you lose Harry Kane, these giant attractions for your club, what's going to happen when you start trying to replace them? Clubs are going to go, hey, you're Spurs, you're a big club. We would have charged you 30 million a few years ago, but 60. We start negotiations at 60 and we'll see from there. See, I'm telling you, if you really want to keep playing that game, that's why Bayern, when we're selling players, it looks bad. But when we go to Liverpool and try to buy a player from them, they're going to go, when we wanted Thiago, they were fair. We'll be fair here. And that's why we got Mane for relatively cheap. I don't mind the Mane transfer fee. It wasn't that high. It was only like 30 mil. Right. And when we were selling, what's his name? Lucas, you don't think PSG is going to remember, we were reasonable. We didn't try to, get 70 million. We got 45 million plus 5 million in add-ons, 50 million, reasonable. Most clubs would have gone, Lucas Hernandez, even though he's injured, World Cup winner, he does a lot for our club. What was Lucas's market value? It was 45 million. But we could have easily gone, we only want to sell you. Because, bro, we bought this guy for 80 million and sold him for 45 4 years later. That's not good business for us. Especially considering he's not like 30, he's 27. This guy's in his prime. If Lucas stays fit at PSG, this man could really be cooking for them. And we gave him a reasonable fee. When we go to do business with PSG for a player in the future, they're not going to have animosity towards us. They're going to go, wow, Bayern are reasonable. All right, let's do business. They'll be more open. It opens opportunity. We're playing the long game. Daniel Levy thinks he can continue to be this hard to work with guy, but it's going to come back to bite him in the butt. Thank you everyone so much for watching. That's all I was trying to say. Osimhen news. I don't think anything's happening with Osimhen, but sure, let's check it out. I went on the freaking troll account from Sam Mia. Contract talks between Bayern and Davies remains at a standstill. The Canadian wants to stay at Bayern this summer and make a decision during next season. Yeah, I don't mind that. But we can't afford to lose. Wait. No, this man's contract doesn't. 2025. Yeah. We can afford to do that. If we have a good season, I don't see why Alphonso Davies wouldn't just stay. What do you like? If we're signing Kane and all these bowlers, then I don't know. Kyle Walker's leaning towards staying at City. Yes, stay there, man. Mazraoui stays. Osimhen's now off the table for Bayern. His options are either extend at Napoli or move to PSG. There was a meeting between Bayern and his agent, but a move is now ruled out. Osimhen really wanted Bayern because his girlfriend's German. They want to move to Germany and stay there, but Bayern are after Kane. So Bayern bosses left today with a good feeling. Okay, that's good news for Davies, though. I think Davies will stay. A lot of fans are just jumping on the hate wagon. I don't see any signs. See, look, it's good. let's just analyze this. If you're Alphonso Davies, you are about to extend your contract with Brazo and all these guys in charge. Why would you? And then the club changes, the manager changes, and you didn't really play because of injuries, and the team wasn't super successful. I would be like, yo, I got 2 years left here. He's obviously not going to leave for free. If Davies leaves us, it's next summer. But he's saying the Canadian wants to stay at Bayern this summer and make a decision during next season. So meaning, if we have a season where we're cooking and things are stable, guys, this club is chaotic. I mean, it was when we sacked a bunch of freaking board members and Nagelsmann got moved out and all these things happened in a matter of 2 months. So don't get it twisted. This club is kind of all over the place. So you should stay you should be like stay and figure it out and see what happens. And I think Davies will sign a new contract, and it'll be a huge wage boost. So yeah, those are my honest opinions, but it is what it is. We have to keep Davies, of course, absolutely. He just wants more money. Exactly, he wants more money. Most valuable snake, yeah. And that's your guy. That's your guy. Technical ability could be better if he was just more mature as a player. Who are we talking about? His ego plus lack of technical ability? This sounds like we're talking about either Pavard. Oh, maybe Goretzka. Oh, yeah, I think it's Goretzka. I mean, look, Goretzka's just... I kind of gave up on him, man. I need some different players. Upamecano is not for sale this summer, although he is not guaranteed a starting spot next season with De Ligt and Kim Min-jae. Bayern believe in Upamecano's potential and will not listen to offers for him. Yeah, I really think Upa's going to have a season. Everyone... remember when... we signed De Ligt, and everyone was like, Upamecano's going to be on the bench forever because, look, De Ligt, Hernandez, that's such a great backline. And then the man started the season like a freaking gladiator and cooked, had a great, crazy good World Cup, and it fell apart after that. So I would not doubt Upamecano. I wouldn't quite give up on him. And I think, he's going to be 25 in a few months. He's going to keep getting better, and yeah, his ceiling ain't high enough? No, I think his ceiling is very high. I think a mature Upamecano with no mistakes in his game is an exceptional center back. Everyone keeps saying, let's bring him to DM. You guys just, it's like, if the man isn't that comfortable sometimes at center back, what makes you think he's going to be comfortable getting pressed as a freaking midfielder? Whatever. But yeah, I think his ceiling is high because he has all the tools, the athleticism. What I think Upa needs is concentration. Like, he needs to know when to do things. Like, a game where everything's just flowing, Upamecano is unplayable, man. He's unplayable. So he just needs to learn how to read the game, be reserved, and not take too much risk on the ball and off of the ball, and we'll cook. But whatever. When will Kim Min-jae be announced? I think we already read the Ornstein piece on Kane. Ornstein did not. He ain't saying nothing new. So Bayern Munich CEO met Tottenham chairman over breakfast in London to discuss Kane. No fresh offer made, no price given. Club's on good terms. Kane travels with Tottenham pre-season tomorrow. I mean, that's standard. That's basically what we said here. So, wow, Ornstein, what a genius, saying everything we all know. Upamecano has the recovery. I would argue Upamecano has pace, but he doesn't know how to use it correctly as a center back. Sometimes he gets outpaced, despite the fact that he's faster than most of the guys that outpace him. But whatever. It's just about learning to use his body. I was going to try to keep this under an hour, but we're already at 59 minutes, and there's a lot of questions flowing in. You guys just be sending new questions as soon as I'm about to end the live stream. It's crazy. What about Vinny Sosar? That's never going to happen. I don't think he's good enough yet. I think when we were looking into it, we obviously had a profile in mind, but the scouters in the chat, you guys have improved your game. You're not just looking at, oh, we want a Casemiro replacement, so let's get a Brazilian that plays like him in his position. No, you're looking at the skill set, and you're giving me more options. You know, Lucas Gonadoa is one of the best options. Der Augustus gave us Matt Weaver, 23 years old. You know, so there's options out there, and yeah, man, we're just trying to get the best DM possible. That's really what we're trying to do. Get the best DM possible. Ornstein said Kane staying. Well, no, he said as things stand, he thinks it's likely that Kane could just stay. But that doesn't mean Kane's going to stay. That could be Spurs' camp putting out messages to try to keep or to try to sway, Bayern. Because, look, Spurs realistically want to keep Kane. They don't want to let him go. They want Bayern to give up their pursuit. And if Bayern gives up their pursuit, then that's really what they're looking for here. If we give up our pursuit because we think Levy's and he's going to be hard to work with, then yeah, we would give it up. But the fact that we're meeting with him means something's in the works. Look, why would Levy go, yeah, come meet me and sell the player I'm not going to sell? He's going to sell him for the right money. Why are these journalists so fickle? Oh, I love this drink, man. Yeah, exactly. What's the point of meeting? I mean, yeah, it could be just, a polite thing to do, but you really don't have to do that. You don't have to meet Bayern and see if there's anything you can do together. That's not how it works. That is not football. So, I don't know. These guys are crazy, dude. They'll say anything. They'll say anything, chat. I'm playing chess while doing a live stream. I'm a crazy man. All right, I'll post. I'm playing Christian Pulisic in chess. How many goals do I think he would score? Oh, Fabrizio tweet. Yo, what the hell's going on? Hella updates. Fabrizio Romano. Okay. The tweet was structured. I thought it was a Here We Go because the Here We Go podcast was in there. Bayern and Kane, Bayern and Tottenham met for Kane as per build, but still no bid. Okay. Well, I mean, we bidded twice. They rejected both bids. I think the third bid's going to be the bid they accept. And it's going to be expensive for sure. I think maybe the first two bids were to show Spurs we mean business. And I think this meeting was to show them we mean business even more. And we'll see. Look, I think Bayern's strategy is don't burn bridges with Spurs. Don't let Kane have to become an insufferable player. Don't let him skip preseason. I think Bayern just want to be respectful to Spurs throughout this entire thing. And I hope Spurs understand that they should respect Kane as well and let him go. Isn't it crazy how when Barca fans wanted Lewandowski, the whole thing was let's get as much money as possible. They got to pay the money if they want him. Let's demand 60 million, 70 million. And now it's the other way around where we're trying to buy a player and we're all just like, they should let him go. I see why Barca fans said that, but I still wouldn't take it back. I love taking their money. And Spurs fans will love taking our money. It's how business works. Inter are preparing their official bid to sign 2 goalkeepers after selling Andre Onana. Oh, 2 goalkeepers. Jan Sommer from Bayern and Anatoly Trubin from Shakhtar Donetsk. It's actually a really good strategy. So this Anatoly Trubin guy, he's a Ukrainian. So, I mean, he's 6'6". My man, you shouldn't be goalkeeping. You should be on the front lines. Yeah, dang, man. 6'6". Jeez, that's a tall goalkeeper. He's even taller than Donnarumma. But I mean, if I think Inter's plan is to effectively get a main goalkeeper or get a goalkeeper like Trubin to be their main, but phase him in after summer. That's maybe their goal. They could buy him and just loan him back out. Yo, chat. The Ukrainian league. Dang, that league used to have some bowlers. But are they still doing what they're doing? Because I know the game. Yeah. Hold on. I don't know what I'm saying, chat. I know the war is happening, but like, are they playing games in their stadiums in their country? Or are all the players on the front lines fighting for Zelensky? I ain't gonna lie, man. No wonder. I would not be. I wouldn't fight for that man. The way he dresses, chat. Just wearing these. So Ornstein confirmed it. Bayern transfer news roundup from Bavarian Football Works is no breakthrough, but still optimistic for Kane. Osimhen no longer an option. Stay at Napoli or go to PSG because Bayern only want Kane. Walker's leaning towards staying with Man City. And bro, look, why are we getting rejected by Kyle Walker? That's bad luck. Just let him stay there. Davies' contract talks still at a standstill. Bayern are waiting for concrete Sabitzer and Pavard offers. And Gravenberch is now an option to loan out. What the hell? No, that's not true. We're not loaning out Gravenberch. Why the hell would we loan him out? You know, maybe what we should have done was buy Gravenberch, loan him out to Liverpool or to Ajax for a year, let him play there, and then get him with more experience. But who knows? Who knows? Anyways, yeah, chat. Thank you everyone so much for watching. It was a longer stream, but tried to give you good content. Mia and peace. Yeah, that's the kind of bid I think Spurs would accept.